Hey, good morning. How are you doing this morning? Hopefully doing well. We had a few showers this morning, little disturbance kicking through. I think that activity is done with, at least for Bexar County. We'll show you the radar here in just a second. But before we start, I want to talk about hurricane names. Pick out your favorite name. Here are the names for 2025. You've probably already seen them, but just one more time, taking a look since we're at the beginning of June. My name is not up there, but some others are. Maybe your name is up there on that screen. Okay, let's take a look. This is what I'm expecting for today. Current temperature out there right now, 80 degrees on the dot. Low this morning was 77, record low 48, record high 100 back in 1990. We are not going to reach that. We are just too humid, I think, to reach 100, at least for today. All right, so for today, lots of clouds. We'll see some sun, kind of a mixture of clouds and sun. Temperatures today topping out in the lower 90s. That's it, 92. I mean, it's pretty close where we should be for this time of the year, 92. But with the humidity, the heat index it'll feel like 100 degrees out there. Okay, radar. We did have a few showers. You know, 9 times out of 10, you have a big complex of storms that develops out there in west central Texas. They'll die out after sunrise. Well, this time that didn't happen. We had a few showers here in Bexar County with the rumbles of thunder through the hill country. And now, because of that, we've got some lift going on for our eastern counties. You can see the scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms popping up for our eastern counties this morning. I think this activity, it's not going to last much longer than a couple more hours, but some folks are picking up some rain out there. Okay, temperature, we're at 80. There's lots of 80s on the map. Let's see, 85 Gonzales. Hallettsville's at 86. Pleasanton, 86 degrees. Victoria, 86. And where we had some pretty heavier rain up in the hill country, temperatures are in the 70s. Kerrville, 79. Fredericksburg's coming in at around 74 degrees this morning. Okay, let me show you the big, broad map of what's happening. We got a cold frontal boundary that's pushing through Amarillo. Amarillo hit 70. Now they're back down in the 60s, and will probably stay there or drop. There's a dry line out in West Texas. That cold front's going to continue to push to the south, kind of meet up with that dry line, and some big thunderstorms should pop up this afternoon in west central Texas around the big country, out towards Abilene and Coleman, Brownwood, out in that area. Wichita Falls, and so the storms will gather and then they'll push down to the south and to the south and east. Now the question is, how far to the south and east will they push overnight, and which locations have the best chance of seeing some strong to severe storms? Well, we will hash that out. Okay, temperatures across the nation. High today will be 92. Dallas-Fort Worth at 90, but low behind that front, Wichita, Kansas, only 60s for a high, and Omaha, Nebraska in the 60s as well. Bismarck, North Dakota, 71. Minneapolis, about 66. So if your travel plans take you through the Plain States, you can see those thunderstorms from west central Texas, north Texas, into Oklahoma, and into Missouri. Okay, here's the overall pattern of what's going on. We've got that frontal boundary that I told you about that was up there in the Panhandle. I don't think it'll ever push through here, but tomorrow it's going to get awful close, so we'll go with a 20% chance of storms overnight and then a 20% chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow. That's the best I think we're going to do. And then an upper level ridge of high pressure builds in for the end of the week and into the weekend, and it gets hot. Matter of fact, we may be close to heat advisory criteria by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. And then the upper level high kind of backs off, and you can see that northwest flow. That's going to help to drive another front. I don't think it'll really ever make it through, but it'll get close to us. And Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we're back to a 20% chance of a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon. And so that's the overall plan. That's the way it looks for now. All right, high temperatures today, lower 90s. I think we'll hit about 92. And then thunderstorms develop out in the big country like I was talking about. Here they come overnight. Now this is just one computer model. Many other computer models have this. Just the furthest south that it gets is the hill country. I would have to tend to agree with the hill country, but thunderstorm could move in the overnight hours, like early overnight, talking about a little after midnight. And then tomorrow, if the atmosphere isn't too zapped in the afternoon with heating, could have about a 20% chance of thunderstorms once again redeveloping. Let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center. For tonight, for the overnight, they've got a marginal risk, which is a very slight risk of severe storms across the hill country, and then further to the north, you've got a slight risk there. Okay, let's get to the 14-day forecast. By the way, molds are moderate, in case you were wondering, 570. High today, 92. Tomorrow, 93. 20% chance of a storm overnight and into tomorrow. Heat index values Thursday, 100, high in the mid-90s. About 97 on Friday, and then 99 Saturday. This weekend is going to be hot, it looks like. 101 for Sunday and Monday with heat index values 104 to 105. I've got those as KENS 5 weather impact alert days because of the heat. And then with that high should break down. Highs in the mid to upper 90s Tuesday and Wednesday with a 20% chance of some rain. And at this point, Father's Day looks to be hot. 97, partly cloudy skies. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys being with me today. We've got to go and run and do the noon show. We got 4, 5, 6, and 10, and I'll be back tomorrow morning. All right. We'll see you later.